Welcome to this model. In this model, let us discuss about the antenna gain and efficiency. Resistive losses due to non-imperfect materials and dielectric materials exist in all practical antennas. Okay, such losses result in a difference between the power delivered to the input of the antenna and the power radiated by that antenna. As with many other electrical components, we can define the radiation efficiency of an antenna as the ratio of desired output power to the supplied input power. That is, eta radians is given as P radians by P in. P radians is nothing but P in minus P loss divided by P in. So that will be given by P1 minus P loss divided by P in, where P radians is the power radiated by the antenna, P in is the power supplied to the input of the antenna, and P loss is the power loss in the antenna. Here you can note that there are other factors that can combine to the effective loss of transient power, such as impedance mismatch at the input of the antenna or polarization mismatch with receive antenna. However, these losses are external to the antenna and could be eliminated by the proper use of matching networks or the proper choice of the positioning of the receive antenna. Therefore, losses of this type are usually not attributed to the antenna itself, as are dissipative losses due to metal conductivity or dielectric loss within the antenna. You can recall that the antenna directivity is a function only of the shape of the radiation pattern of the antenna and is not affected by losses in the antenna itself. To account for the fact that an antenna having radiation efficiency less than unity will not radiate all its input power, we define antenna gain as the product of directivity and efficiency. So G is equal to eta radians into D. Thus, gain is always less than or equal to directivity. Gain can also be compared directly by replacing P radians in the denominator with the P in, since by the definition of radiation efficiency, we have P radians is equal to eta radians into P in. Gain is usually expressed in dB. Sometimes the effect of impedance mismatch loss is included in the gain of the antenna, and this is referred to the realized gain. And next we will see about the aperture efficiency and effective area. Many types of antennas can be classified as aperture antennas, meaning that the antenna has a well-defined aperture area from which radiation occurs. Example includes reflector antenna, horn antennas, lens antennas, and array antennas. For such antennas, it can be shown that the maximum directivity that can be obtained from an electrically large aperture area A is given by, and Dmax is equal to 4 pi A by lambda square, whereas area is the radii. For example, a rectangular horn antenna having an aperture of 2 lambda into 3 lambda has a maximum directivity of 24 pi, that is about 19 dB, and there are several factors that can serve to reduce the directivity of the antenna from its maximum possible value, such as non-sinusoidal amplitude or fast characteristics of aperture field or aperture blockage, or in the case of reflector antennas, spillover will be there in the feed pattern. So for this reason, we can define the aperture efficiency as the ratio of the actual directivity of the aperture antenna to the antenna directivity, maximum directivity, and we can write the equation D is equal to eta radians into 4 pi A by lambda square. Right? And the aperture efficiency is always less than or equal to unity. For a receiving antenna, the received power will be proportional to power density or pointing vector of the incident wave. The received power is given by PR is equal to AR into S average. AE is the effective aperture area of the receive antenna, and this effective aperture area can be interpreted as the capture area of the receive antenna intercepting part of the incident power density radiated toward the receive antenna. And the quantity is the power available at the terminals of the receive antenna as delivered to the conjugately matched line. And the maximum effective aperture area of an antenna can be shown as related to the directivity of the antenna, and A is equal to d lambda squared by 4 pi, where lambda is the operating wavelength of the antenna. For electrically large aperture antennas, the effective aperture area is often close to the actual physical aperture area.